Wanted to make a video, try to condense my subliminal messaging video, and talk specifically about MK Ultra Mind Control, which is not real in the sense of what they say that it is. I was looking into this when I was looking into Illuminati, because this is supposed to be what the Illuminati do to all the actors and athletes and everything, is they have them under some type of mind control or cloning, depending on which part you're looking at. But it's not mind control in the sense that they're even controlling these actors. It's actually the actors that are controlling us. When I say actors, I mean athletes, the actual people we call actors on TV and movies, the news anchors, people in the media, pretty much anyone that is out there and we can't really obtain or really talk to at all. Those are the actors. They're all acting for us. They're putting on a show for us. And we react to that. And that is the mind control, is us reacting and taking in everything that they're saying. And it makes us want to do what they're doing then. That's why we do almost everything that we choose to do, is because of stuff we see on TV, an advertisement we see, something we hear on the radio, something we smell, some kind of food we smell will make us want that type of food. They have taken control of all of our body senses, and they use them to control our mind, which the only sense that really will tell us the truth that we don't ever use is our mind. And as long as we're looking out here for all the answers, we're never going to be able to use that sense. You have to look inside to find that sense, which is not what any of this entertainment and media and marketing, politics, none of it wants you to do, to look inside for yourself. It's all external. And when you're looking external, they know exactly how to control your body, because they made your body. You were given your body on this planet. You didn't choose to have your body. And these people are the ones that gave you your body. They are the Freemasons. And the reason it's called MK Mind Control is because in Gematria, which I'll link another channel in my description, I'll go over what Gematria is a little bit more, but it's the coding of the English language and other languages into numbers. And these numbers are what control us, because our mind understands these numbers. We don't, because we're not on a conscious level with our mind. So when they're giving us the mind control or subliminal messaging, our mind is reacting to all these numbers, which the numbers are really just energy, which is all goes back to numerology. It's all these different energies that are being emitted to us that we just can't see because we're not using that sense to be able to see them. We're using our body senses, and they have control of those. And the reason it's called MK is because the M in Gematria equals 13, or you can add it together, which is 4, and the K equals 11, or you can add it together, which is 2, and 42 equals Freemason. And that's exactly who is doing this mind control, are the Freemasons. They are in our mind constantly because we're not aware of it. Once you become aware of it, you start to see that a lot of the things that we're doing is not stuff that we actually want to do. It's the mind control that is being given to us that makes us do most of these things. That's why we eat most of the food we eat. It's because we see something. We see a McDonald's sign. We smell some kind of food and we're driving. They have all of these greasy smells all over the place that make people want to go get fast food. When you're in a restaurant, it's full of smells because all the food's being cooked, which makes you want to eat that food. It's all a form of mind control, and addiction is another word you can use for it. A lot of it is an addiction to us because we're not looking at it like that, but that's really what it is. And it's very hard to get off of that addiction. You have to start looking at everything you're doing and really questioning why you are doing it. Why am I listening to this song right now? Did I choose to listen to this kind of music, or did someone else play it for me 15, 20 years ago, and I decided I liked it at that point and I started listening to it? Did I choose to listen to this song, or was it played on the radio 20 times in the last hour, which made me want to listen to this song? What do I like to watch this TV show? Or is it because I see all these commercials for this TV show, I decided to check it out, and now I'm invested in the story that they're showing to us, which is all just to distract us? Because within all of these different things, they also tell us the truth. The only way to really control our mind is to tell us the truth while they're telling us the lie, and make us think the lie either isn't there or it is a lie, and the lie is the truth. Because we react to the lie. Our mind takes the truth and locks it away because we're not connected to it. Once you start realizing this, you open up the connection with your mind and you start seeing that a lot of these things aren't what you actually want to do. Like watching sports. A lot of people, especially males, they don't even like to watch sports when they're younger. Their friends will like to watch it. They'll start to see it a lot. And all of a sudden, they find themselves watching sports and following all along, playing fantasy football, fantasy baseball, whatever, because it's an addiction, it's a repetition. When you repeat something so many times, it's going to stick in your mind, and you're going to want to do it. And these people know that. It's one of the greatest forms of mind control, but it's on an even whole other level than that, because they can give us these things even once we are under the control, and it instantly takes a hold of us without us realizing it, especially in this material world. None of these objects mean anything to us. It's all stuff that someone else made and put out here to distract us from getting out of the place that we are in right now and from questioning the place we're in right now. It's all physical objects that only help us within this world. It helps us nowhere else when we die, which you don't really die, but we're told we're die so that we fear death. When you don't fear death, you start to also realize that this world is not really being alive, it's being dead, because we're all walking zombies listening to what's put in front of us by this MK mind control. And it really takes looking at everything you are doing, everything you're listening to start to realize that you are under the control. And then you have to start to change, because if you don't change what you're doing, you're always going to be under the control of someone else. You have to actually take that initiative to change what you are doing. And the people around you are going to think that there's something wrong with you, that you're crazy for not doing what everyone else is doing. That is part of the mind control, because it's the lead by the pack. If the pack is doing this, that's what people do. It's the trends. We don't choose the trends. We don't make the trends. The trends are put out in front of us for us to follow. That's all that we do. We follow. We have to realize that that's all we're doing. We're not leading. We have to realize this and start leading ourselves. Lead ourselves in the direction that we want to go, not the direction that the pack is going. And even the word realize, it's real lies. Everything that they're telling us are real lies. They're lying to us every day. Everything on the TV, everything on the radio, and all the music. And the food lies to us. We think that it's good for us. They tell us certain things are good for us, and it's really not. It's to really figure out what's really good for us. You have to dig deep. You have to dig deep within yourself to get out of the mind control, and then you can start looking at the things around you, and you realize what is actually good for you, what is not good for you, why they're putting this out in front of you, and how it affects everyone. I sit down and just watch people, and you can tell the tendencies they have because they get the same patterns, they do the same things. They, in just their normal lives, just walking, you can see certain people and the mood that they're in because of how they walk, how they don't walk, how they sit, how they talk. It's all programmed into us. And once you start to realize it, you can really see it and how it's all over the place and how everyone just takes a hold of what's put out there in front of you. And it's the reason our bodies are built how they're built, because they're easy to control for them. They're easy to manipulate for them. But we can really take control of them if we want. We just have to take the initiative to take control of them. Because we're the ones that manifest the world here. We're the ones that make this world exist. That's why they have the mind control. Because they give us the messages into our subconscious, and our subconscious is what really makes this world exist, our mind. It's so powerful that when they give us the messages, then we project back out what they're telling us, which is a lot of things to fear, a lot of things that are sad, things that we don't understand but we don't question, and all of the trends and entertainment and media and all of the stuff that's going on. It all happens because of the messages that we're getting, the numbers that we're getting, and reading everything. All the signs they have up everywhere, all of these are coded with numbers. And they're giving them to us, and we're putting it back out into the reality. And that's the only reason any of this is around us. Once we realize that, it's all going to change. It's all going to either go away, or it's all going to change how we actually want it to be. Which I feel it's going to go away at first, and then we can recreate whatever we want, however we want it. And I'm sure that most people would not want this world how it is right now, because most people just ignore the things that they don't want to deal with, which they're taught to do. You just push it to the side. You don't even talk about it. All of those things will not exist once we create the world we want to create. It will only be things that we want to exist, which we have to realize that part, that we have the power to do that. It is all within all of us. We just have to come together and stop consuming what we are given. That is all that consumers do, which is what we are. We are the slaves. We are at the bottom of the chain. They give us everything, and we put it right back out. Without us, they would not be able to have the world that they want right now. It's all through us. We are the ones that have the power. And that's really what the MK Ultra Mind Control is. It's controlling our mind by the Freemasons to manifest this world that we're in right now. And if you want to know more about it, I have another video on more programming the subconscious that gets more in depth into it. I also have a video about my opinion on the world, which also talks about it a lot, and how I also believe that this world is totally manifested and how we can really get out of it. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, or anything you want to add, leave them in the comments. I'll also include my Gematria glossary in the description that you can click on, and there's a bunch of different words in there that you can just scroll through and see all the other words that have the same energy, the same numbers as other words. And it's no mistake that we're in the circle that we're in. It's all because of how these numbers go in circles. A lot of the words that we believe are opposites actually have the same energy, which makes us go in a circle. As long as we're in the circle, we're never going to be able to get out. Thank you. Have a good night.